Have you ever been through a dark time? Maybe you're going through one right now. Well, if so, listen up because I have some good news for you. It's from tonight's Advent passage, which is Isaiah 9, verses 2 through 6. Here it is in the CSB. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. A light has dawned on those living in the land of darkness. You have enlarged the nation and increased its joy. The people have rejoiced before you as they rejoice at harvest time, and as they rejoice when dividing spoils. For you have shattered their oppressive yoke, and the rod on their shoulders, the staff of their oppressor, just as you did in the day of Midian. For every trampling boot of battle and the bloodied garments of war will be burned as fuel for the fire. For a child will be born for us, a son will be given to us, and the government will be on his shoulders. He will be named Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. Look at a passage, we ask, what does this say about God? What does this say about people? What am I going to do about it? And who am I going to tell about it? Pause the video, answer those questions for yourself, and then come back. This last verse is one that we looked at before under the promises of God in the last series that I did. And the beginning of this passage is quoted in Matthew chapter 4 and verse 15, as Jesus begins his ministry coming out of Galilee, the land of Zebulun and Naphtali. So Matthew's audience appears to be primarily Jewish. For that reason, Matthew writes in the style of the old Jewish scriptures and keeps referencing back a lot of these scriptures to show that Jesus really is the Messiah, because he is the fulfillment of these promises and prophecies and predictions from their canonical past. So what does this passage say about God? Well, it says that God will destroy oppression and war, and he does it in Jesus. What does this say about people? Well, it says that we live in darkness often, and Jesus is a light into that darkness. Many of you watching don't live in a war-torn country. If you have access to social media, I'm guessing you're not a slave or a subject of some oppressive government or organization. But we all have oppressive wars and darkness of our own. This is why we call the story of Jesus good news. The word gospel means good news. Because if you have dark times in your life, the words and example of Jesus are a bright light to you. They're a beacon calling you to a place where you can find your footing, where you can see the next step to take, and where there are other people who are also trying to walk in that light so that you know you're not alone. So what am I going to do about it? Well, I'm going to continue to get these Discovery Bible studies set up. That's the best way I know to share the light with other people. Also, I've written a story called The Darkness Rolled Over Her. It's about a woman who's struggling under the weight of her own darkness. It's a story about mental health and hope and the incredible importance of human connection. I've been releasing it free on skidmore.substack.com. The first 5 chapters are already up. The 6th and final chapter drops Christmas Eve, Wednesday at 10 a.m. We've also made a movie of that, and it'll come out soon, Lord willing. It's my hope that telling stories about that light will encourage other people also. What did you discover in this passage? Let me know. Put your answers in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow.